Hello and welcome to the
Hello.
spa. How are we
We're
all?
Hello.
We're back again, like you could get rid of us. La
We
la
have it.
la. We've been going a bit crazy
Yeah, I
in the
know.
spa. Zoe
And,
turned to me and Peter
Yeah.
yesterday, not in the spa, in my house, and said, "Mum and Dad, you're a bit weird. Did you know that?" And we were like, yeah.
She's only
kinda."
just figuring this out
Only
now.
I
just
know,
figuring
right?
this
Like-
out now.
Oh.
Man,
She
you
only
must
had to ask.
you must have hidden that well.
No, I
We've
think maybe
known-
she didn't
we've
spend
known
enough
that.
time with us, and now we were like making funny
Yeah.
words at her. We were just going gobbledygook, bloop 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 bloop, la 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 la, and we did that for quite a while. And then she was just like, "What?"
And I can
Oh,
imagine she
dear.
thought
Sounds
you
like
were-
a lot of fun. I wish I was there.
Yeah, no,
Anyway.
it doesn't. Anyway, moving on.
Anywho.
What are we going to talk about today, people? What are we going to talk about
I
today?
think you two conjured up some kind
We
of
have,
crazy
we
idea
have.
that
Yeah.
Cheryl and I have absolutely no responsibility for,
Yeah.
or maybe
Trudy,
not even
say
take part.
over.
Okay,
Or-
I'm going to tell you. So we're going to start with Wendy first, and the
Oh,
other three of
okay.
us are going to say what we think. If we heard that Wendy was arrested and thrown in jail for something, what we think it might have been. Discuss.
Just quietly, I have been arrested once, but I won't tell you what for.
Oh, please tell us what for. Oh no, we
Can't
won't
just
say what
drop
for
that
first.
without telling us. What?
No,
Come
No,
on.
no, carry on.
She can tell
carry
us
on.
after. Okay, so what do we think Wendy would be arrested for? I reckon Wendy would be a little bit of a yeller. Like she would go, rugby, oh my God, sideline at rugby, and the referee does something against Nate, and she has a go at the referee.
Ooh,
Maybe
good
she attacks,
one.
maybe she punches the referee. I don't know.
She's so angry fan.
Angry fan. She gets
Mm.
arrested, taken down to the cop shop.
Are
What do
you
we think?
kidding me?
Are you blind? He was nowhere near the line.
Get off my son!
No.
My ears are hurting.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Shah? What do you think I'd be arrested for?
Well, I was going to originally say public nudity, but actually it fits with Trudy's theme. I think you could be the streaker on the rugby
Yes.
field in order to deflect attention away from something else that's going on, or as some kind of protest. So I'm going with public nudity.
Maybe
Not.
like 20 kilos ago.
See,
And
we didn't
and
say when
So
you would be
when I was
arrested.
That's all it would take.
and I'd be drunk.
So it's only the 20 kgs that's stopping
Yeah.
you. No other issues with running naked across the rugby field.
Well, I'm looking at it from a different perspective.
Mhm.
I
Thanks, buddy.
think Wendy's going to get arrested, probably in the near future, for jaywalking because she doesn't pay attention.
And she's got no
You
sense
know,
of direction.
She'd
So
just
you
walk-
can,
she'd just walk out there like, which way are we going,
Yeah.
Cher? Oh,
Yeah, and that's probably the one possibility out of all of those ridiculous things
actually.
that
I'm
that could
sorry.
happen.
I
That,
think you could
so
easily get
good.
arrested for yelling at a referee. I'm just saying.
yeah.
So what have you
Well-
actually been arrested for, Wendy?
Oh, many years ago. And so who's next?
Possession, Wendy? Possession?
No. Who's next? Trudy. Okay.
So who,
Oh,
Alright.
there's so many here. This is almost like an open field.
I
this one,
reckon, personally, I
Yeah.
reckon Trudy would be arrested for. There was a course she'd always wanted, right? And there was one place left, and I reckon she'd be arrested by beating everyone else out of the way to get that one
Mhm.
placement. The
Mhm.
course would be totally useless. It would be something she would never ever use, but in her head, she
Homo.
would think she would need to have that course.
Right.
So that's why she would be arrested, because she
So-
would have tried to take all the competition out because she wanted that placing.
Wow.
Right.
So FOMO fury basically is
Yeah,
what
FOMO
you
yeah.
would.
fury.
you know.
Okay, I do.
It would
I
be
do have
obscure
FOMO
and
fury.
it would be unnecessary, but still she had to have it.
Really obscure. Every single course I own is completely relevant and necessary. I'll have you know, all
And you've
100
done
of them.
Yeah, I'm done.
Wow. That's,
What about you,
that's
Shah?
plausible. Well,
love
I'm actually similarly down the course route, but I think Wendy,
Don't keep
what's her
coming
name?
back to me.
Trudy.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God, you
think
just did Wendy, Cher, Trudy. I used to get that growing up. It used
I'm
to be
sorry.
Luke, Kurt, Trudy.
I'm sorry. It's just anyway.
My dad used to throw the
You
dog
would
in.
be. You'd
Yeah.
be at an airport somewhere in the States and you would see Brooke Castillo in the distance over in the VIP section, and I could see you getting arrested for being crazy fan and running over and like jumping
Scaling
through,
chairs.
scaling
Oh my
chairs,
God.
pushing people out of the
Pushing
way,
people.
Knocking old women and small
Stalking.
children aside.
yeah,
Yeah.
being that uncomfortable person that gets taken off the plane because you're just
Yeah.
a little bit too
Yeah.
close to the person in business class that they want to be sitting beside. That's you,
Ooh.
crazy stalker.
Okay, so crazy
Yeah.
stalker FOMO
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
Right.
What about you, Cher? What do you reckon?
Well, I think that when the police come to take her away for those two things, that she just argues and argues and argues and argues and argues until they have no recourse to pop those cuffs on, and she's done. It's life. It's so
Not
bad.
arguing.
It's life.
It's so true.
I don't know
So
what you're
true,
talking
Cher.
about, Cheryl.
But she would call it debating.
She would call it
Policeman.
debating, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just,
No,
I'm just
no,
suggesting
no.
other options.
hang on. I just have to say this before I forget. Hang on.
That's what she would do. She
Very
would just
close
do
to
it.
the bone.
She would just do it. There. Woohoo, Cher, you were onto that one, mate. Okay.
Fine, all right.
Okay,
Okay,
let
how
me
about-
let me
how
hang. Come
about-
on.
Let's
Cher hasn't
Cher.
gone.
I'm getting
No,
rather
we'll go
hot.
Cher
now.
next.
Do
Cher?
me
Cher.
before the anger builds. Do
No,
me.
no, do me now. Get over with.
Wait, I'm not doing anyone, okay? We're just going to rotate around.
Suggest
Go,
politely.
Trudels. Trudels, you go first with Cher.
With Cher. Oh, I don't know what. Okay. Yeah, don't blow me kisses, lady with the debating. It would have to be something to do with being organised. So I feel like maybe Cheryl would go into someone else's home that was completely
Oh,
disorganised
she's
and
gone completely
like mess
now.
Oh,
everywhere.
Have
Have I gone? Is my
Can-
internet?
Yeah, can you
You
say it
have.
again?
I'll do mine. Oh, you're back
You do
now.
your-
Go.
Go.
No,
Okay.
you're gone again. Okay, I'll do
You're
it.
frozen.
Okay, me. Okay, I reckon Cheryl got a text from someone saying that the last coffees ever made in New Zealand were going to be at this place. And I think she would have driven up there and seen the queues, and she would have just out and she would have just lied and cheated, megaphone that, get out of my way, coming through, necessary for my mental health, need a coffee. I think she would have just barged away to the front, but the person in the front of the queue was a police officer, and he would have turned around and arrested her because for her behaviour. Because Cheryl will do anything for a coffee, and I mean anything. You will.
The coffee addict.
Yes, she was. I do. Look, when I go around to her house, when I walk in, she looks at me and then she just goes, coffee, great. Like if I arrive without coffee, it just changes her whole demeanour, So I think she could be arrested with something.
So it's sort of like you got to slip the offering in first.
Well, if I
you
walk
get an
in
audience.
like that,
Placate the beast.
yeah, it's
Placate
so
her
true.
as you-
So last coffee on earth, Cher will fight to the death for
Wow.
it.
I
Personally.
thought a good one. Can I say one
Okay,
now?
go.
Yeah,
I'm
do yours
changing
now.
mine. I'm changing
Yeah.
mine.
Okay.
Cheryl will also get arrested for public nudity for sticking her bottom out of a side of a car window in
brilliant.
public near
Yes.
I misunderstood.
Brilliant. Charlotte, what is she
Okay.
going to have done?
I hope people have heard the ones before so they know what you're talking about. Not that I just do
Exactly.
that randomly.
Exactly. Well, very similar situation that Cher is in a queue and somebody line jumps and she takes them out in
Yeah.
a king hit, basically,
Yeah.
because
Her
they're
sense of
not
fairness.
sense of fairness, and also they're not following the proper way.
She's
to
a
do
rule
things.
follower. Yeah.
She's not so much a follower, more a rule setter. And so if you don't do that, she's gonna
She will
Take
hunt
you
you
down.
down. And
She's
she'll
gonna
get
be-
you.
she's gonna go from sweet Cheryl to angry Cheryl very fast. And-
That could be true, actually. I'm not actually
Yeah.
denying that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
all
rules
right.
for a reason, people.
Yeah.
I think Shah's next.
Oh,
Yes.
gosh.
Okay,
Go then.
Shah.
Okay, Shah.
Yay,
Okay, well,
Shah,
I think
Shah.
with Shah, there was a book sale on how-to books. Okay, and it was at a store, and they were selling off all their how-to books. And she had taken her sleeping bag and her chair and her
Mm.
coffee, and she slept out overnight.
Okay.
And then I think what had happened is someone had just rocked up and tried to jump the queue, and she'd taken them out
Another.
because she's
Another
Another
a
queue.
queue jumper. You know, I think something to do with the
don't
how-to
tolerate them.
book. Like, you know, I honestly
Yeah.
believe if someone broke into a house, she would hand the child to them and then just don't touch the books. You know, I mean, I firmly believe
Look,
that's the way she
there's
rolls.
Not a lot of arguing coming against it.
I think Shah would get arrested for something online, some devious online behaviour where she's been kind of
Hiding.
stalking someone or
Yeah.
doing something sort of in the shadows,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of as anonymous, like doing
Yeah,
ranty
that's true.
posts or
That's true.
Yeah.
stalking someone. And I think that's
That's
also
also
true.
very, very plausible.
Yeah.
It's very plausible.
Under a different name. And
Oh,
they've
totally.
had just gone through all these IP addresses and,
you
you know, until
totally had
they
to track you down.
cyber checked her out and finally got her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
getting
Yeah, I
very
think they could
close
happen.
now. I can feel the sweat starting to form.
What about you, Cher? What do you think she'd do?
I think she's going to get arrested because she made a huge mistake. She was actually meaning to post something on Facebook that
Oh
was
God.
relatively benign, but instead it was a shark shifting picture
Yeah.
of herself in
Yeah.
costume. And she
From the
revealed,
conference she went to for
she reveals all, and it's not
Yeah.
just the story.
I'm glad I'm
And-
the nudity as well because I was feeling a little left out there. So
Yeah,
actually, I'm embracing that. You know,
All right.
That was brilliant,
That was
actually.
very close, and they were all very, very close to home. So I think they all get equal billing.
Oh, wow.
I have
So
done
see
that.
how well
Not
we
so
know you?
much- Well, not so much about posting a photo of myself, but I have let rip about a person on a email group, a large national email group, like national.
That's not like
organisation.
you.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
And it was cutting and sarcastic, and I posted it instead of privately to the entire group, and then thank goodness I had moderation thing and I could quickly drag it back. But I
Yeah.
will never forget those 5
The cold.
seconds of the
Mm.
cold
Lesson learned
dread.
right here, people.
Lesson
Do
learned.
not do it.
Not
Do not.
I did
do
that.
it.
I did that in my office where I worked, about talking to another lady about a guy who sat across from her. She couldn't stand him. She used to call him Mr. Sniffy, and he used to he was either sniffing or wiping his hand on his nose. Anyway, so we used to have this running commentary between us about him, and I sent it to him,
Mhm.
the rude email about him.
Did he
And I-
recognize it?
Yeah, and I just went up to him and I said, emails today, mate? He said, no. I said, just, and I just leaned over him like this, because I used to do a lot of work for him because I was administrator. I said, don't worry about that last one. It's just gone crazy. Just delete that, you know, because he was a little bit thick anyway. Oh my God, it was like one of those moments.
You know, so you deleted
It's one
it.
of
You
those
guys
moments.
deleted.
I just
The mean girl has
you know,
arisen.
like,
Oh,
you know,
I'm
that cold
impressed.
fear that you've done something.
I know.
Grips your
and then
belly.
someone,
Yeah.
It's the sickening feeling, sickening
Oh,
I am
it's
now.
sickening.
But I learned
Okay.
from that. It was like 15 years ago, and I now every time I write
Every
something
time you
that's
send a
mean and
text or anything,
nasty,
make
I
sure you
always
send
make
it-
sure it's
yeah.
to the right person.
Check that address, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And on that note, I think we
Yes.
should end this episode of the
Man,
lockdown
absolutely.
session.
We just killed off our audience. You realise
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
don't you?
no,
Like, so
yeah.
we've just shown the real
Well,
us.
we're just bad
devious.
people.
So tomorrow might have to be sweetness and light, people.
Yeah.
Well,
Sweetness
we'll be
and
really
light.
happy tomorrow. We will.
Yeah.
All
I'm sure
right.
we were
Good
unhappy
side.
today.
Yeah.
We're just showing
Yeah.
the dark side of
And our prison records.
Yeah. We're totally going to find out what we
Okay.
did and post it.
Hopefully
just so you
that's
know.
all we're showing. This seems to
Bye
be a
for
common
now.
theme here.
Keep well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.